Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Gault. I'm an eminent domain attorney with Bell Carrington, Price and Gregg, and I'd like to thank you for joining us on this online town hall for the Bethania-Rural Hall widening project in Forsyth County, North Carolina. If you're here, then you've probably heard something about this project. You've known for some time now, likely a few years, that this road widening project would be coming down the line, and here we are to the point to where the North Carolina Department of Transportation is ready to start their right-of-way acquisition. So let's look at the project just from an overall point of view. Basically, this is a 1.2-mile widening of North Carolina 65 in Rural Hall, North Carolina. This widening will take the current roadway from 2 lanes to 4 lanes. It will also add some medians and turn lanes along the road. And the goal of the project is simply to ease congestion and to make this route safer as more and more people travel North Carolina 65 in Rural Hall. Most of the properties along this stretch are residential properties, but there are also some commercial or retail properties that will be impacted by this project. Excuse me. When I say impacted, what does that mean? Well, in order to widen an existing roadway like this, the North Carolina Department of Transportation will need to obtain some property from the existing landowners in order to be able to widen their right of way and in order to make this road project work. To take that property, they use a legal theory that's known as eminent domain. And what is eminent domain? Simply put, it's the legal theory where the government, in this case, the North Carolina Department of Transportation, can take private property for a public purpose. Certainly, a road widening like this that's used commonly by the public would qualify as a public purpose. And so the government would likely have the ability to take this property. However, you as landowners also have important rights. And among those rights is what I would consider to be the most important is the right to just compensation for your property. That means that the government, again, the NCDOT in this case, has to compensate you fairly for the property that they are acquiring from you in order to complete this road project. How does the process work? Well, at some point here and very soon, if you haven't been contacted already, you will be contacted soon by someone from the DOT or their representative to let you know that your property is impacted and they're likely going to make you an offer. Now, when the DOT comes to you, they come with experience. They do road projects like this all the time. And as a result, they obtain property like this all the time. They'll likely have a right-of-way agent and an appraiser that present you with the offer that the NCDOT will make to you as a landowner. That's important because most landowners that are faced with eminent domain acquisitions have never dealt with it before. And so when they're presented with an offer that comes with experience, basically with experts backing it up, it can seem intimidating. It's a one-sided deal. And so that's why it's important to have somebody like our firm help you to represent you through this process. We certainly have the experience. We deal with eminent domain cases all the time as well. And we have our own experts to sort of step into your corner to help you make adequately informed, accurate decisions on how best to negotiate with the Department of Transportation on a case like this. Quickly, let me mention attorney's fees. I think it's always important for potential clients to understand how attorney's fees work in eminent domain cases within our firm. Bell Carrington, there are two things that we can guarantee you on eminent domain cases. The first of which is that you'll never have to pay for a consultation. All consultations are free, and we're standing by ready to talk to you about your particular property and the potential impacts to your property. We'll have some information on this stream for you with my email address and a phone number so that you can get in touch with me and our team, and somebody will be glad to speak with you and return your call quickly to discuss your property. Number one, to find out if you're impacted, and number two, if you are, if we're able to help you. The second thing is that our fees at Bell Carrington on eminent domain cases are known as contingency fees. That basically means that as a landowner or as a client, you're not responsible for coming out of pocket and paying any attorney fee up front. And in fact, there'll be no out-of-pocket fee ever. We operate on a contingency fee basis, meaning that our fee is a percentage of the recovery that we're able to get from you from the NCDOT, either through negotiations and a settlement, or eventually at the end of the day through a jury trial verdict. So it should give you some comfort to know that this is not some expensive endeavor to where you're having to come out of pocket thousands of dollars up front, pay for expensive initial consultations. Again, our consultations are free and there are never any upfront out-of-pocket cost or fees. The only way that a fee is paid is if we recover from you, and then that fee is taken from the ultimate recovery. So again, this project is coming down the line. It's getting ready to start soon. If you haven't been contacted already, you will be contacted in the near future, in the next few weeks to few months. And if you're impacted, the impacts could be significant. The DOT has put together about $12 million for property acquisition on this project, and so that should give you some indication of the types of properties that will be impacted and how they will be impacted. Remember, just because the DOT makes you an initial offer doesn't mean that that's the end all be all. It's important to have someone walk you through the process to give you some advice, and we're happy to speak with you to see if we can help you through a case like this. So thank you for joining us. That's a little bit of background information about this project and about the eminent domain process in general.